Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
It's William and Andrew here from Allegory Gallery. Thank you for joining us tonight. How is everyone? Um, our live system here is again not showing comments, so I have us up over here on the computer. So hopefully we'll see any comments here. The computer's also acting up. So it's just Mercury retrograde all around right now. But if you're out there, please say hi. We'll see if any comments are happening or working today. I see there are a few people watching. Marianne's out there. Hello, Marianne. Thanks for joining us. I do see your comments. So that means comments are working over here, but not here. Not yet. They seem to work after about an hour of talking last night. So they just popped up all of a sudden. So
Pretty random.
yeah, it was random. They like all of a sudden just showed up. So you're probably not going to see the comments. I think it's actually over here on the screen, because that's all tied into that system. So let me see if I turn that off, if it helps the comments. Maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know. Let's see. Norma's here. Hello, Norma. Thank you for joining us. Um, so it's been another busy day here at Allegory Gallery. Susan has joined us. Hello, Susan. When one Susan comes, mostly others follow, right? So we'll see if our other Susans show up too. Um, so we've been very busy working on a lot of different things here in the background. We have a number of shows coming up, as we've been talking about. So that's a big thing that we're trying to prepare for. We're trying to organize our lives here a little bit, um, playing catch up with a lot of things. And so it's been a lot going on. Sorry if I keep looking over here. That's the only way I'm looking at comments. So yeah, we've been busy. And today what we wanted to do, we have some more new things that we brought back from Italy. So that's exciting, right? We're going to show you those today. But also there were a few people yesterday who said that they missed our show when we were in Italy. They missed the show from Certaldo. And there were some really unique, fun beads from that show. Um, we started sorting all of that stuff out. Not getting our suitcase, having that delayed us a little bit on that. We're still working on some of that. Also, we're Andrew's going through and individually tying each one of these strands, which is
take flipping forever.
it does take flipping forever. They came bundled in hanks, and they're ancient. Yeah, they're very old string that he is very delicately unknotting the end of each one and retying everything together. So it is taking us a little bit longer, but we have some of those things that we have sorted out. So we know that these are not sold yet. So what I figured we'd do is start today by showing you real quick some of the things that we still have available from that show in case you missed it. It was an afternoon show for you all here. It was evening for us, but the lighting wasn't great. The display, the whole setup was not ideal. It did leave something to be desired. Our camera was balancing on top of a paper towel, just a bunch of paper towels. So the tube of paper towels. So it was balanced on it. I think I had one of these sweaters actually wrapped around it so it didn't look like a paper towel. A roll of paper towels, but it was
nothing but the finest.
Nothing but the finest from Allegory Gallery, right? No, we made do. But we have better lighting here today. And even if you saw that show, there may be things that you missed or things that you that didn't, that weren't highlighted as well because of the lighting and all that. So we're going to take you on a quick tour of some of those things. We'll probably have more of those as we finish sorting through everything, but we wanted to give you one last look before we do anything further with these beads. All right. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to get into the new stuff. But yeah, that's what's going on. Let me catch up on some comments here. Marianne says, Tear knocked over my glass apple and spread potpourri on the desk, chair, and floor. It broke. Oh no, that's no good. Tear being naughty today. Kimberly here's My Beat of Bliss is here. Thank you for joining us. Norma says, "Oh, good. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what I missed." Yeah, I think a number of people probably missed that show. We did have a good number of people that hung out with us, but if you did miss it, we're going to give you another chance here to check on them. I don't have a lot. I mean, I do have a good bit of them. Some of them have sold out, but we have a good number of things today that we're going to show you. And I think they're really good deals. We got good pricing. They're vintage strands. We had this woman bringing them out from her like archives in the back, still wrapped in the made in Italy old paper. Sometimes we get those things like they're still wrapped in like made in Western Germany or made in Czech or Czechoslovakia. These were made in, and we kept trying to tell her we want that paper. She kept just ripping them apart, and we're like,
nothing
"No."
for her.
Yeah, to her it was just like, but for us, we're like, our people, they want to see that. They would love to see that. But she ended up like ripping most of the, I think we may have grabbed a scrap or two of it.
She kept pulling it off.
Yep, she kept taking it from us. We kept putting it back in our pile. She kept taking the paper away from us. She just couldn't understand that. And I mean, there was a language barrier. She did.
When you see it like every day.
Oh yeah, and for her, I mean,
like,
it's I don't know. Like it's her country. It came from there. It's just not a big deal. But for us and for all of you out there, we love seeing that, especially when it's that old paper. Like it kind of proves how old these beads are. The provenance of the beads. But we couldn't stop her from ripping them apart. So we didn't really get much, but she kept bringing them out and more. We kept asking her for stranger beads, and she kept trying to find the strange stuff for us.
She was like, Nostrano.
Yeah, which
Bellissimo.
yeah, she's trying to show us all the beautiful that we're like, no, we want the weird.
A lot of S-word stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, she wanted the sparkly, crystally. We're like, we're not looking for that.
For her, it's like, it's rare for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then for us, it's, we want the thing that her family made in 1938.
Right. Let's see here. Marianne says he and Sif are the bad cats of my trio. Oh boy. Teresa's here. Hello, Teresa. Thank you for joining us. I don't see anyone out on, I don't know if anyone is on Facebook commenting because I'm not getting comments, but then again, oh, that's why it didn't actually load the live. Sorry, let me go in here and load this up and see if I can see any comments. Are people saying anything? It's so weird. There we go. Susie's here. I figured you'd be here. Hello. Good to see you here. Yeah, so what was I saying? I don't know. I'm getting so confused trying to do 18 different things here at once to get these comments. But yeah, so we're going to show you that stuff. It's fun. And then we've got some stuff that we haven't shown you yet. Today is a day of a lot of kind of loose beads. We've got some loose beads. We've got some actually ceramic cabs for you. Andrew made these cute little groupings of ceramic cabochons from Italy. at crazy good prices. So we have a few of those. We just have a good mix of, I think, stuff for you tonight. Nothing too high dollar. So I think that's nice. I know a lot of you have been grabbing up some stuff, and so we tried to take it a little easy on you tonight. With all of that. So there are still things available from yesterday if you missed that show. For one, I believe this vessel is still available. I haven't checked but this beautiful vessel, I just lost the paper, sorry. This is the only vessel that remains. And of all of them, I mean, they're all very pretty, but I did not think that this one would be left. So that one is still available. That's ITL 12 and it's $32. But I think it's still available. So that is that one. And if you did buy that one yesterday and I'm wrong, sorry, let me know. But I don't think so. I started doing the spreadsheet last night. I ran a little late because I started doing it and then I started doing it on the big computer. And then just as I finished putting in prices and amounts and putting in the extra lines for each multiple item, the computer crashed. And so I had to rework the spreadsheet again. I started it on my iPad. The computer crashed about 5 more times last night in the middle of me trying to do that. So I'm glad I switched to my iPad to work on it. And thankfully I was able to do that. But yeah, we were having some computer issues last night. So, but I finally did get the spreadsheet done and the invoicing out to y'all. Thank you all for grabbing stuff that you did last night. That was really great. We had a good show last night, but surprisingly, like I said, there are still a few things available. So if you did see the show or didn't see the show last night and you want to check anything out, send us an email and we'll let you know if it's still available or not. Let's see. Teresa, that was Teresa. Everyone's just saying hi to each other. Okay. Oh, Leslie popped in. Leslie Pope, thank you for joining us. Glad to see you here again. So that is our day. How's your day, everybody? What's going on? We're getting closer to that holiday, Thanksgiving, right? Anybody have big plans for that? Some people were saying they were just doing movie nights in. I think we're gonna have a small get together here. Oh, I hear kids outside the door. We're gonna have a little get together here, and with some family and friends, and that's going to be very nice. And then we're right into Black Friday, Small Business Saturday. We've got a show on Saturday. We've got a show the next weekend, and we've got a show the next weekend. So we've got 3 shows over the next 3 weekends. Lots of stuff to do and lots of stuff to get ready for. I don't quite know how it's all going to happen, but it's going to happen. We're gonna get it done. Marion says, sorry, it's crashing. Time to put it out of its misery. The computer, I don't know. Right now, it's working fine, or at least better. But I'm running some checks on it to see if there's any threats happening or if there's anything I can do to help its performance. But it is an old computer, and it has been a workhorse of a computer. It is on 24/7 most of the time. It doesn't get shut down. It just stays running. And generally it's here whenever we need it, but it might be close to time. And if that's the case, we will probably just replace it with a monitor, and we have our iPad or my laptop to hook up to the monitor. I doubt we'll be replacing it with a desktop again. Susan joined us. Other Susan says hello to everybody out there. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're having a great evening. So what's everybody got going on? Anybody have any Any exciting news? Anything to comment or say? Um, Leslie says you might need to defrag your drive. It's a Mac, so they don't actually generally they defrag on their own. I don't know of any apps that allow you to defrag. Defragging is a thing definitely that we used to have to do on Windows, but we use Mac, so um, they generally don't have any application to do that um, that I know of, and I've never had to do it. They usually do it on their own, but it feels like that. If I had the option to do that, I would do a defrag. But it's also, like I said, it's old. It's from, I mean, it's not that old really, but computer and technology wise, it's old. It's, I think 2018. Um, is it? Or is it earlier than that? I can't even remember. But it is um in technology wise, there's been a lot that's happened in the Apple ecosystem since this computer. It is still a computer that has an actual spinning hard drive, but it is a fusion drive, which means it has a very small SSD. When SSD drives were super expensive, they'd put a very small SSD and then they would attach it to a spinning hard drive through software. So it treats it as one drive and it moves the things that you use the most to the SSD and stores your big files and stuff like your photo library and all that on the spinning hard drive because it's bigger. Um, so it has the fusion technology, which is something they did for a few years before SSDs just got big enough and the cloud got more economical and easier to use. So it's kind of in a weird transition zone where they had the fusion drives and so it still is a spinning hard drive, which those types of hard drives generally have a certain lifespan to them. And that might be what it feels like what I'm starting to see is the end of that lifespan. Um, but it's been a very good computer. It has an excellent monitor. I wish I wish you could just use the computer as a monitor, but that I think this model year was the first model year that they stopped doing that actually. Um, so again, a transition year. Before that, you could use this as a display. And even if the computer inside died, you could still use it as a display. But you can't do that with this one. So it has a very nice monitor that is unfortunately going to have to go when the computer goes, unless I take it apart. And I was watching some YouTube things about transitioning these computers into just monitors. And so I might take a look at that again. Um, let's see here. Susan said there was a fasting blood draw. Oh, this was a fasting blood draw morning followed by breakfast out, then picking up groceries for Thursday. Yeah, I need to pick up groceries for Thursday. I've been out to the grocery store multiple times this week, and I still have not gotten groceries for Thursday. So we're gonna do a get together here at the house, and I'm gonna make some lasagna, um, and we're gonna have some pies and salad, and it's just gonna be a nice little easy get together. We didn't want to do anything complicated, so just a few family and friends, and we're just making it super chill. Like if you don't come on time, that's okay. If if you don't bring anything, that's okay. This is all just to come and hang out and make it easy. That's the idea. But I hope your blood draw went well, Susan. Um, and Marion says optimizing seems to be the current process. Yeah, defrag and optimization, it's kind of the same thing. Defrag would move things around and optimize things, but um yeah, Macs just do it in the background whenever they do it, I guess. That's what I read anyway before when I went from Windows to Mac. And I think it's pretty much the same. It just takes care of that. There's no option to actually do it. Um, Teresa had treatment today. Tomorrow I'm starting the cooking for Thanksgiving. Nice.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, right? Those of you who do the major cooking, I don't envy you, but very thankful for people like you because growing up, when I ate meat and ate turkey, and it was the usually the grandparents, our grandparents did a lot of the cooking, getting ready, but everyone would bring dishes um and sometimes go up and help finish the cooking, or and it's a lot. It takes a long time. Um and it takes a very I think coordinated effort, right? To coordinate everything and make sure things come out on time, and this has to be cooked before this. Most people have one oven in their house, right? So if you're lucky enough to have more than one, that's great, but most people have one, and to coordinate all the dishes and all the things is kind of amazing to me. um so good luck and Godspeed, right? um Marion says, hope you all have a great holiday. Yeah, I hope everyone has a good holiday if you celebrate it. You know, uh, it's one of those holidays that, um, some of the background behind it, not great, right? Not great. But we always try and look at it as truly a day of thanks. Um, and there are many people in our lives that we wish we could thank in person, and thank in a deeper way. And that's kind of what, like, that's why we're having people over. It's people that we truly want to thank and show gratitude to, for all the things they do for us throughout the year. And so that's kind of the idea that we're looking at. um, let's see here. Oops, sorry, the comments are going faster. Some disturbing news in my hood, says Susan. Sunday night, down the block from us, there was a homicide, the result of a drug deal gone wrong. Weird thing is we didn't hear the shots, but we did see the police. Um, it's upsetting because we haven't had an incident like this in several years. Sad. That is sad. That's sad. Um, you know, I don't know, that um we don't we don't get a lot of that around here, because we're very small, but even in our small town there are things like that that happen. um and it's always sad when that happens. uh Marianne says, I think it operates in the background for Windows 11. I don't have a lot of experience with Windows 11. I use it. I did use it for a little while. I had Windows 11 on the Mac because I ran it in a virtual machine. And I thought there was still a way you could go in and force a defrag somewhere in the system settings, but most of the time it's unnecessary, is what I think they say. Um, Other Susan, going to dinner with friends. And so all I need to do is a pan of roasted root vegetables. Ooh, that sounds really good. Now I'm thinking, should I make some root vegetables in addition to the lasagna too? That could be really good. But I don't want to get wild, right? I'm trying to keep it simple, but that does sound excellent. Um, Marianne says, some twit pressed my buzzer around 2:30 a.m. twice. Oh boy. So that woke you right out of bed. That's no good. Did you have work today? Um, Hopefully you got to sleep in if you if you were woken, because you wake up pretty early, right? So 2:30 is probably semi close sometimes to when you wake up. Because I think you get up at 4 sometimes or something like that. Is that right? Um, Susan says, tomorrow I will be dusting the downstairs and generally preparing for Thursday. It's just us, but it's always nice to have a clean and tidy space to enjoy. Yes, it is.
Come on over.
Andrew's like, come on over. You can help tidy up this place too. Um, Yeah. Let's see here. Anne just joined us. Hello, Anne. Thanks for joining in. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Marianne says, I would like a pan of root vegetables. Me too. Anne says, my contribution to the dinner on Thursday is pie. I bought a pumpkin and pecan at the local co-op today and whipping cream. It's always safer if my contribution is something I don't cook. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's I'm okay at making lasagna, so I make the lasagna, and that's I think the bulk of what we're going to eat on Thursday. We're continuing this Italian tradition, apparently, this Italian thing we're doing.
We didn't have any lasagna while we were there.
No, we actually didn't have any lasagna while we were in Italy.
Cannoli.
No cannoli. That was the thing. We kept saying we need to eat a cannoli. We need to eat a cannoli before we leave. Did we eat a cannoli?
The times that we could, it looked not like I wanted to eat it.
Yeah, every time we thought about it and we're like, oh, let's get one, and we saw them, they were kind of in those highly touristy areas.
It looked gross.
And they did not look great.
I mean, they looked beautiful.
Yeah, but they didn't
that way that
that they
sugar and plastic.
Yeah, that they had been preserved for a while. Like they didn't look fresh.
We got spoiled for pastries, y'all.
Yeah.
Them little 80-cent little lobster tails.
They call them what were they? Angosteen, angosteen, which means I guess it means lobster. And they look like little lobster tails, but they were only about this big, and they were mini croissants kind of, and they were pumped full of pistachio cream. So good.
Pistachio and like a creme anglaise.
Yeah, kind of a mix of the two. And it was so good.
And they were 80 cents.
I think, yeah, they were 80 cents a piece.
I was like, and they were talking about how all the prices of groceries had gone up. And I was they're like, yeah, food's really skyrocketed lately. And I was like, y'all don't even know.
Right? Yeah. Marianne says langoustine. Yeah, in Italian, it's something else. I think it's just angustine. I don't think it has the L.
We
I'm trying.
didn't have a board to write it out.
No, but it was on the receipt.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and I saw it on the receipt, and now I can't remember exactly because I kept saying angustine, and I don't think it's not quite right. But it was lobster in Italian when I looked it up and translated it, because that's what he told us, and I was like, "Is that right?" And then I looked it up, and that's what it was. But they were so good, and but that place never made cannolis, so we never had a cannoli. Never had lasagna because mostly all of the lasagna had a meat sauce, so we never got a lasagna.
Be a lot of vegetariana pizza.
Yeah, they have a very particular. They call it vegetariana.
But you know what? Every place was different.
Yeah, there was no like vegetariana didn't mean one particular thing. It just meant a lot of vegetables. Sometimes carrots, sometimes artichokes.
First time I had carrots on a pizza.
Carrots on a pizza.
And it was delicious.
It was actually really good. Yeah, so
I guess you can put whatever. You know, one of our friends, they were just in Italy, and they were in a slightly different part of Tuscany, and they said that they got a saffron pizza.
Wow.
And they were like addicted to it, and they're like, yeah, and it was everywhere. And I was like, I didn't see it.
We never saw saffron pizza. Maybe we were out of season for it. Were they just there?
Yeah, because everything's very seasonal.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw a lot of.
We hit truffle season.
Yeah, that was a good time. Porcini and truffles.
Porcinis and truffles. All the mushrooms were porcini on the pizzas. and truffles.
And the porcini, the way they prepared them on most of the pizzas, they were oddly like creamy. And I don't know,
Yeah,
it almost like I don't know how to describe it besides that.
no, they were almost melt in your mouth, like they weren't chewy and they weren't like slimy.
Like a button mushroom or anything.
Yeah, like they were good. Um, let's see here. Susan says roasted root vegetables sound awesome for those who celebrate. What else is everyone making? Marion says no work today. This week will be Thursday and Saturday. Maybe I will shop tomorrow for some more veggies, says Mary.
Isn't it on Thanksgiving like Canada Day or something? Isn't there a holiday in Canada on Thanksgiving?
Is there a holiday at the same time, Marianne?
But y'all's Thanksgiving's different.
Yeah, your Thanksgiving Day is different. Do you have some kind of holiday on Thursday? Anne says, when we were growing up, we always had lasagna for Thanksgiving. With 2 vegetarian kids, it was just easier. I've heard that a lot of people do have lasagna on Thanksgiving. We never did.
You also were not Italian.
No, we were not Italian, obviously. But no one did that. But yeah, but I hear a lot of families, even when they're not Italian, a lot of families do lasagna for Thanksgiving, it seems like. Susan said those pastries looked amazing. Actually, all the food you posted looked fantastic. It was.
We didn't have a bad meal.
No.
I mean, even the crappy one was pretty good.
Yeah. Like there was something about it that was still good. Like
we went and ate at the mall one day.
Yeah, we did.
Because we were afraid we wouldn't make it back in time for the what were we trying to make it back for? I don't think it was for the live, was it?
It might have been the live. We were trying to make sure because we didn't know if we'd be able to eat in between. So I think it was that we weren't sure that we would have time to eat after the live would take too long. There would be no one open. And then we weren't sure if by the time we took the train back, we'd be able to eat before the live. So we were like, let's just grab something at the mall while we were passing through because the mall was connected to the train station. We're very close. And we did that.
Go through the mall to get to the.
Yeah. And it was actually not bad.
Yeah. They had a double thick hot chocolate. Delicious.
That started our hot chocolate. After that, we started having chocolatas.
Looking for it.
And looking for it.
Not everybody serves it.
No.
And so, but they have an Italian hot chocolate. It's not too sweet.
No, like I normally have a hard time with like drinking like sweet things.
He told me, he said, I don't really like to drink chocolate drink. I said, you get a mocha.
Yeah, but that's different. Normally, when I think of like hot chocolate, when you see it and it's that thick, it's normally it's like if you took the mocha and just let everything settle to the bottom and then tried to drink that syrup. That's too much. I can't do that. Like even my mochas, if I don't drink them fast enough, then I stop drinking them because they get too sugary. But
you can't be doing that here. $10 drink.
I know. But the chocolate there was not super sugary. It was more of a dark chocolate and
they put whipped cream on top.
Yes, very good whipped cream.
And it was like, it wasn't like from a can. It was like somebody whipped it.
Yeah, it was good.
And so it's almost buttery.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how
almost whipped to butter.
It wasn't to butter yet. But almost. Yeah. And so when it kind of melted into the chocolate, it added a little bit of sweetness.
It was good. Let's see here. Susan says, my brother-in-law Jeff comes from a large Italian family and they always had a pan of lasagna with their Thanksgiving dinner. Nice. Carrots on pizza. I just might have to try it, says Marianne.
It was good.
Marianne says Thanksgiving here is in October.
They cut the carrots real thin.
Yeah, the carrots were like see-through thin. And it just gave that little hint of carrot sweetness.
They also put on that one they had zucchini and
Eggplant, zucchini, carrots. And
basically whatever vegetables.
I think there were large pieces of onion, but I can't remember if that was that one or not.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But it was really good. And let's see here. Teresa says we had a white sauce and spinach lasagna for Thanksgiving.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it does. I would like to learn how to do a good white sauce to do a white sauce lasagna, but usually when you buy white sauces, they're not that good unless somebody has one they like. Let me know. But
it takes a while.
yeah, I have not perfected a white sauce yet.
One of the best meals that we had, in my opinion, had a white cream sauce.
Oh my goodness. The gnocchi,
with
pistachio. It had a sweet, it was almost like a dessert.
The pistachios gave it a sweetness.
There was such a creamy sweetness to it.
They used the full fat cream in that.
Yeah, they did. And that was delightful. We actually had it 2 days in a row. It was so good.
You know, sometimes you think like, oh, this is delicious because I'm starving my ass off.
Yeah.
Well, it was delicious again.
Again. And we were not as hungry that day. We actually stuffed ourselves a little that day and it was still good. Let's see. Marion says not a holiday either. I don't know why I thought. Does your Thanksgiving fall on one of our holidays? I always thought that they had something like that. Marion says never had any lasagna or mac and cheese for any holiday meal. Huh.
Not from the South.
Those mac and cheese, what's the word? Fritters, or also casseroles. My grandmother on my dad's side used to do the like baked mac and cheese in the casserole dish. Norma says I'm spending Thanksgiving with my friend and her mother who has dementia. So to keep things easy, I'm picking up feast platters from Bob Evans, ham, turkey, all the sides, and pumpkin pie. That sounds good. I do miss ham. I have to say, I miss ham.
All the things I miss like prosciutto.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Um,
I just used like.
There was a moment, y'all. Was very close to happening.
Andrew almost gave in.
Because they brought, so if you order a drink, I don't know if it's everywhere or if it was just at the Jam Cafe, but if you order a drink, they bring you a spread.
Yeah. If you have a little group and you order drinks, they bring you this little spread for free, this little board. With
like nuts and olives and
potato chips, and
you may have seen when he
ate the olive.
But anyways, so they had these little sandwiches and they had prosciutto on them, and I was very tempted.
He almost did it. He had had a few drinks. He was like, maybe I should just do it. But he didn't. He didn't give in. But ham is one of those things. My old boss, he used to get everybody for the holidays either a turkey or a ham. And you could pick what you wanted. And I would often pick the ham, and it was a big ham. And
cut pieces off.
because it was pre-cooked. And so I would just, after we had it for the holiday dinner or whatever, it would sit in the fridge. and I would just go and hack pieces off and eat it just like at night as a snack. Like it's that salty ham. I loved it. Um,
I was like, what's happening here?
Andrew didn't get it, but I love a good salty ham.
It was alright.
I miss that.
The texture was like there's something about that kind of ham that the texture sometimes is slightly off-putting for me.
Uh, Not for me.
It's kind of slimy a little bit,
Little
and
bit, maybe.
that little bit of like sheen to it. I'm like, the food should not have a sheen.
I didn't care. It's so good. So good, y'all. Let's see
I'm
here.
not trying to yuck your yum.
Well, I don't have that yum anyway anymore, so it doesn't matter. Susan says we're having a spinach artichoke quiche from Costco, rosemary chick or rosemary roasted potatoes, chopped veggie salad, and chocolate chip bar cookies. That sounds like a feast. Sounds really good. Teresa says, I have a great recipe for a white sauce. Ooh, you have to share that with us, unless you don't share your recipes, but feel free to email me. Yeah, we're going to add that to the AG Beat Fam cookbook, right? One of these days, send that recipe to us.
And you all better not make stuff up.
Right?
Like, sometimes like the cookbooks, my mom, she used to have these cookbooks from they're like an Air Force wives would put together these cookbooks and they were like spiral bound.
Mm-hmm.
And I for sure think some people either got real drunk and start making stuff up. Because I was like, do you put the lime jello in what? And they had some odd concoctions. And I know that that's like a time period thing also.
Yeah.
So there's like jello and everything. And it's like, y'all really like that extra like firmness that the jello adds. But and it was like you'd have to wonder. And there's this book called is it The Joy of Cooking? It's a great big, not the Julia Childs one. It's the one that's was like before her her one. And not all and they have ones that says tested.
Oh,
And they have the one other ones is not tested.
not tested yet.
So you don't know what you gonna get.
Right? That's funny. Um, oh, let's see. Oh, Susan's asking Teresa, do you share recipes? The white sauce sounds yummy. I know, right? I do share, she says. Okay, send that. Send it to everybody. Susan says, I was going to make a quiche, but the hub suggested the Costco quiche. Yeah, make it easy on yourself, right? Norma says, pork products are probably the biggest reason I could never be vegetarian.
Now you like the chipped ham.
Right, chipped ham. I miss chipped ham too. Marion says prosciutto for me. Most hams are too salty here.
They had one that's called a golden prosciutto. That stuff would melt in your mouth.
Anne says, Norma, my family is buying everything for dinner as well. My dad's dementia has progressed a lot, and it's always best to keep things simple. Yeah, keep it simple for sure. There will be turkey at our dinner, but I won't be eating it, although I will take a little home for the cat, says Susan.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
One year we decided to have a moratorium on cooking because we were, I think, was it our first year in business?
I can't remember what year it was.
But it was some year that we were just like
Excuse me.
flat out exhausted
Yeah.
from doing Small Business Saturday and Black Friday and everything.
Yep.
And so we went to Sheets. And we have the cutest picture of Paolo and Babette sitting at the table with their paws kind of like curled in.
Their own little.
They got chicken strips.
They got their own little chicken strips.
And there's like a candle.
Yeah,
There's
they
candlelight
used to
chicken
love
strips.
those chicken strips until they changed the recipe on those chicken strips.
And
And they didn't want to touch it. They used to have one kind, and then they obviously switched to a different kind of chicken strip, and the cats wouldn't even eat them anymore. So that goes to tell you, right?
Hey, Paolo, he tried to cover it up. Like,
Like it was, yeah.
he looked at all concerned.
Yeah, he did. He's like, "What are you trying to give me?"
I was like, this is not the way.
Some old time church cookbooks had some pretty awful recipes, says Marianne.
That's the same thing.
Uh,
Like, what are y'all doing? Also, you know what? I realized just because people like to eat doesn't mean they can cook.
That's true.
I had a friend and she used to brag her ass off about cooking. And then we had some of her food, and I was like, I was confused.
It's true. It's
Because
true.
she was like bragging. And like every time we'd see each other, we'd like compare recipes. And then she actually cooked for me. And then I was like, all of our 20-something years of knowing each other was lies.
Lies, all lies. Let's see here. Susan says, my dad was a big Jello fan. He made it all the time. He was from the greatest generation. Jello was a generational thing. I know my grandmother made Jello for my grandfather's lunch all the time, and she made it where you suspended the fruit in the Jello.
That one I like. Okay.
She would do like pears and peaches, and yeah, and I remember it.
It's
I didn't.
not bad.
No, I don't think it's bad,
Like,
but
I think when they start putting like pickles and ham and
weird
stuff
things in the Jello.
in lime Jello, then that's when it's like.
Of course, I've never eaten that, so maybe it's delicious. I don't know.
It is not.
It is
my
not.
favorite. And there was this stuff called the pink stuff in that Beekman Boys, and boy, does it look like a nightmare.
Oh,
It looks like somebody got drunk on Pink Ladies and threw up everywhere. Yeah, but it's delicious.
that's good. Yeah. Anne says, Susan, it never occurred to me to get leftovers from my cat. Now, the first time I won't have access to the meat. Oh, well, good idea for the future. Marion says, I have the joy of cooking.
Is that the one that's the good one, or is that the one with the has the secret terrible?
Secret terrible. Jello savory dishes kind of ick, says Marianne.
I did have a tomato aspic, and it was actually pretty good.
Jermaine says there's nothing better than Isley's chipped ham. And hello, Jermaine, by the way.
Y'all from Pittsburgh, because that's the one that
Norma likes too. I know. I've never had their chipped ham, but apparently it's good stuff.
We were gonna pick it up, and then I forget what happened.
Yeah, something happened. We didn't get there. And Jermaine also says, my mom always made Jello molded salads. Not a big fan of that now, LOL. And Susan says, if you've ever looked at vintage menus from 100 years ago or so, the food just sounds yucky. Everything boiled, nothing vegetarian either. No. Oh, look, my comments are working now. Yep. 50 minutes. 50 minutes is what it takes. Let's see here. Even the fish was boiled in the Middle Ages, says Marianne.
But is it like poached?
Poached.
Because poached with a soft cooked egg.
He's like, I could go for that.
And then
he's like, let's talk about how this is done. Exactly.
Like lemon vinegar, freeze in
a nice parchment paper.
A little bit lemon slices cut real thin on the mandolin. Don't take the fingertips off.
Norma says, my mother always made strawberry jello with sliced bananas in it.
There is that restaurant when we opened our store. They opened slightly before us called Mountain Palace,
Mm-hmm.
and they used to have a Jello dessert, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
They had put pineapple, and there was like a fruit cocktail in it, and there were nuts.
Generally good recipes in Joy of Cooking, says Marianne. Jermaine says, yes, born and raised in Pittsburgh.
One of my favorites of the cookbooks now is that it's not Jimmy Kimmel. What's his name? It's Milk Street.
Oh.
He used to do America's Test Kitchen, and then he started his own thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
Something Kimmel. Anyways, they go out and they like test all that stuff, like 10 Ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
And
Once they give you the recipe, like it's been like it's
Some of
nearly foolproof, but
some of them are oddly specific, and they're like, turn the pan a quarter of an
yeah,
inch to the left and tap 3 times
yeah,
on the
but they know
lid.
like they're gonna make it foolproof if you follow the directions.
That's not the ones where you like freestyle.
No.
I hate it when, and I rarely use the word hate, but this actually gets under my skin real bad. It's like one of my top pet peeves. It's when people comment. Well, comment sections in general are not always my favorite, but when people go onto like a recipe website and they comment and they're like, 1 star, this is so disgusting. I substituted this, and this, and this, and it was so disgusting I couldn't eat it. And it's like, basically, you made your own recipe.
Right.
And then you made it terrible.
And then you're Christopher Kimball. Marianne says Christopher Kimball.
He does a good job.
Susie says, and their barbecue sauce. Isley's barbecue sauce, apparently, too. I don't know.
So if y'all go on the website and be like, wow,
Wow.
I substitute half the ingredients and it did not turn out.
Right.
That's like that
Whose
Marie
fault is that?
Calendar thing. They're like, thanks for ruining the holiday, Marie Calendar. And she burned the hell
Or
out of
the
the pie.
pie. I know.
It's like Marie Calendar did not go to the twisted knob.
Right. Therese says that's called ambrosia salad, Andrew.
The pink.
Yeah. Norma says, Andrew, that's a pet peeve of mine too. And Teresa loves the Milk Street cookbook.
There's 2.
There's 2.
Maybe 3. We have the noodles and we have the vegetables.
I'm sure there must be a meat one probably too, or something.
We did not get that
We
one.
didn't get that one. But yeah.
And you know what? That used to be my special gift. Cook the meat.
Hello, Brooke. Brooke says, I know. Why even bother with the recipe then? If you made a substitution that worked really well, well, then that's useful, but why bother saying anything otherwise?
I know. It's like, oh, I pooped a really big poop. I don't know. It's like,
that's not what we're talking about. That's not at all
right.
what we're talking about, right? Marianne says, our ambrosia salad isn't pink.
It's white, right?
What makes it pink here?
The strawberry jello.
Strawberry jello.
But there's one that's white, and then it has like the cherries in it and stuff.
I've heard of ambrosia, but it's the pink, or what's the orange one? There's an orange salad too.
That's that not Waldorf. That's apples, raisins, and
this has orange slices and jello and like a cream of something, like a whipped something. Marianne says, if it's white, yes. Also no cherries. All different kinds of things. You never know what you're gonna get, right? All right, let's this has been fun though. Let's vintage recipes. Let's get to some vintage glass. How about that? From Italy. I'm already worn out.
yeah, we've been busting it.
Yeah.
And we've been getting up early. And
Andrew
so
got up especially early today.
I feel like we're slightly in the upside down.
Yeah, because like even I'm waking up like earlier. I'm putting myself back to sleep because I really just went to bed not long ago. But if we wake up at like, for some people this is not early, but at like 6 a.m., that's like noon in Italy. So like if we wake up at 6 a.m., it's like we slept in until noon now.
That's what time I've been getting up.
Yeah, Andrew's been waking up pretty much 6:30.
Oh, yeah, but the weird thing is that's like when I was going to bed in Italy. My second sleep.
Your second sleep.
So we would get home and then I would be like busted ass tired
Yeah.
and then fall asleep.
I would pretty much go to sleep around midnight. Like I was always worn out by midnight.
And then I would wake up in the middle of the night and do all my posting
Yeah.
and then try to go to sleep around 6 so that I'd catch another couple hours.
2 hours of sleep. And I don't know why, because midnight would have been 6 p.m. here. Maybe I just get tired at 6 o'clock. It's like when I need a nap.
I don't
But
know.
I was wiped out by midnight. I know. And now I'm like midnight, I'm like passing out now here.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that show.
What one? The show
Keep
or what?
watching every episode over and over.
Oh, he keeps having to rewatch it because I keep passing out on the couch.
And he was like, "Why aren't you watching it?" I was like, "Because I've seen it."
I've seen it a few times already.
I could tell you what happened.
Yeah, I keep passing out after dinner.
Well, the cats keep swarming you.
Yeah, they do. They're like loving on me so much, and I got the heat from the cats and the purring, and then the food that we just ate for dinner, and then I just like passing out. And midnight is early for me, but it's been working because I got up a little bit earlier today, and got some stuff done this morning, which was kind of nice because Andrew was up too. So hello, Suzanne. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing? I hope everything's going well. I know you're dealing with some stuff there that you were talking about yesterday dealing with. So these times. Anne says, William, you were thinking of orange fluff. We had coconut in ours with Cool Whip and mandarin oranges. Yes, that's it.
And that's a salad?
It's a dessert. It was a dessert for us, but it would probably came from a time when it was a salad.
I don't know. We went to a botanical society meeting, and it's mostly everybody in it was maybe at that point they're probably 40 to 50 years older than us.
Yeah.
And when we went to their potluck, which I just got an email today about it, they had a separate table for salad, and you did not know if it's going to be sweet. You did not know if it's going to be savory.
They were mostly Jello concoctions.
And you didn't know if there's going to be tuna fish in it. You didn't know if there's going to be random ramen noodles.
Yeah, it was a very interesting thing.
I was like, oh, that's when we could eat everything.
Yeah.
And I said, I guess we just gonna have to roll the
Gonna
dice
be
on this one.
adventurous. I didn't like Jello, so I didn't have too much.
Well, when they're like, I made that, then you kind of feel like you are obligated to eat.
Yeah. Well, now comments seem like they've stopped again. So here we go. Who knows? Let's see here. Marianne says that's what ambrosia salad is here, Anne. Oh, the orange fluff is Marianne's ambrosia. And then Anne also says it was the 70s, Andrew. That's the kind of stuff we ate. LOL.
There was a.
And then Suzanne says just getting organized.
Oh, today?
Yeah. Women's Institute dinners had those items as well, says Marianne. Brooke says, just got finished making pie crusts for Thanksgiving.
Do you
Nice.
have a good pie crust recipe?
Yeah, do you? Do you make, well, yeah, obviously you're
I made some
making your own.
terrible pie crust. And this is before like the internet and well, I mean, it was internet was around, but it wasn't like you could go and like watch a professional chef
Yeah,
you know, on YouTube.
right.
And like one time there I talked to one of the pastry chefs and they're like, "Oh, the secret to my crust is vodka." Because apparently it evaporates off and it leaves like the super crispy.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried it. It nearly boozed out everybody. And then there are people like, "Oh, what's in this?" And then one time I made it, it basically dissolved. It
Dissolve.
became one with the pie filling. And you're like, "What? Where's the crust?"
Where's the crust? What happened?
It became
Crustless,
one.
crustless pie.
It just got absorbed up into it. It was a delicious pudding, a little custard.
Teresa says the trick is keeping your butter cold.
Well, I tried a couple different ways.
Wasn't working for you, huh?
And then, like, they had the rough puff. And one time I did it and I overworked it. And it was so hard. It was like leather.
Oh.
And it was tough. Like, I was like, I thought you're supposed to work the hell out of it and like build the layers and pillows of whatever. And that stuff was so tough. You know, take out a tooth.
Marianne says I made acceptable pie crust in British Columbia, but not always successful here in Alberta.
And I also, I could make a graham cracker crust because that's like pretty much just butter, graham crackers.
Busting up those graham crackers.
I can bust them up. But if it's like a pastry kind of challenge, I don't. And then one time I didn't blind bake it, and then it it made a blister in the middle of the pie, and basically all the pie fillings sluiced out the sides, and there was this giant air bubble. So
Oh
it
boy.
kind of burnt on the top too.
Brooke says, I recommend trying a vegetable oil based recipe. They're more forgiving. I use whiskey as my extra liquid because I don't have vodka on hand. And also said, rough puff is an advanced technique, so don't feel too bad.
I did the rough cut. The what's the one that's harder? The full puff. Like rough puff is like the easy one of the other one, and you get all the layers
Some
and the
of puff
lamination.
pastry.
One time I tried to make my own phyllo dough,
Yes, you did. I remember that.
and I was like, "What is this?" It was like because I couldn't get it thin enough, and I still don't. You know what? I think what it is I had like a regular rolling pin, and when I was watching that one lady on that Love Megan show, they have like this super
Mhm.
thin rolling pin
Yeah.
that looks basically like somebody chopped off the end of a broom, and they got real thin.
Yeah.
And I think that may be what they use to roll out the phyllo dough because
Mhm.
I could not get it thin enough, and it was like it was good, but it was like this is not. It
Not
didn't
the
get
thing.
crunchy.
You can just buy graham cracker crumbs pre-crushed now. Very convenient. And crumb crusts are easy, says Mary.
Mm. Stick. It's this wants to stick,
Just wants to stick.
but you can just buy it and it's already done.
Right?
It costs less.
And it's like, just get your phyllo dough at in the frozen section.
It's about 25 hours less work.
And it comes out perfect every time. Yeah. Easy is relative in puff pastry. I don't bother to go past medium flake. That way you can just grate up a frozen stick of butter and mix that in. Marion says, I don't think the rolling pin makes a difference.
I don't know.
I don't know. They did on
that Love Megan, and her ones were thick.
her ones were thick.
That
The
one
ones
dude, he was like enlightened. He was about to bust out into tears because his was all like misshapen and super thick.
Yeah,
They were making the was it the naan?
the naan bread.
And
Yeah,
the one woman, she's like, "Bloop, bloop, bloop," and it's like
With her-
super thin and super
with
fast.
her tiny little rolling pin.
It was like a spindle.
It was a long one, but it was thin.
And so she got it. I mean, she's like a machine.
Yeah.
Now, her husband, he's like, I don't cook.
Brooke says it was fairly recently that I bought a rolling pin and stopped using a wine bottle.
Yeah, I used to do that too.
Teresa says, yes, you need a very thin rolling pin for phyllo dough.
See, that's the trick.
That's the trick.
It only took till
You think a rolling pin's a rolling pin, but apparently not.
Well, there was a thing where they told to put the wine bottle in the with a cold liquid, so then it wouldn't get like hot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in my idea, I put it in the freezer, and the bottle busted.
Well, yeah. Not great.
Less than optimal.
Not great.
Like everybody, they're like, "Oh, you're such a good cook." I've also messed stuff up.
Yes. Not as often, but you
now
have.
I kind of feel like I'm confident, not in making pastry,
Not the pastry section,
but cooking pretty much.
Let's see here. Not ever gonna make phyllo, says Marianne.
It's too much work.
Teresa says I have 4 different sizes. And Marianne says I can put water in my rolling pin.
That's handy.
That is handy. All right, y'all, let's flip this around.
Put the hot water and put it on your back.
Right? That's what I feel like I need today.
Roll it out.
Roll it out. All right, I'm going to flip this camera around and we're going to take a look. First, we're going to start with the things that you may have missed if you missed our show from Certaldo.
Did you get all of them?
All of what? Just the ones we got sorted so far.
Because there's ones that are up on the top.
Yeah, I didn't, because I don't know what we've got left.
I'm still unpicking knot.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was just like, we're just going to keep those separate. So these are going to have 2 different lot numbers today. But that's okay, because these are the older lot numbers and I'll know what they are. We're not doing these in any particular order. And you can see we were writing on the back of like our flight plans. It was quite the operation there.
Well, I'm glad
But-
you got to do it.
But it worked, and yeah. So these are all vintage glass, and look at these kind of pearlescent beauties. I love these. These are CER 34. They are $15 a strand. I don't still have 10 of them. This is the old tag. I don't know how many I have yet, but I will count them, make sure that we don't go over what we have. But these are beautiful glass. They look like pearls.
When she brought this up, this is from that shop that had been in business since 1938.
Mm-hmm.
And when she brought it out, they're in this delicate, like diaphanous paper that basically, when you breathed on it, it started to disintegrate.
Yeah.
And it was. I was like, "Are those plastic?" And she looked a little bit mortally offended.
She looked a little.
She had plastic for sale.
I know. She looked a little offended. She's like, "No," like it was like, "No." But
She thought I was charming.
yeah, she did like us. So these are, and I can give you sizes now of stuff. These are about 6.5 millimeters
We gently trauma bonded.
by 12.5 millimeters, and that's CER 34. One of my aunts made really fine strudel dough, says Marianne.
Ooh.
Nice.
I made an apple strudel once.
Apple strudel.
Time.
Once and only once.
I can do the top end, but that's about it.
All right. The next one we have here, if you like that style, this beautiful style of these pearlescent beads, these are again glass. These are made in Italy. What do we say? Probably the 40s on these, 40s and 50s.
That's what I'm guessing.
That's what we're guessing. We don't know for sure, but these are old. And these are like a twisted coin. And these are about 10.2 by, it's hard to get it this way, about 8.3 millimeters. And you get the strand of these. These are $16 a strand, CER 33. We do not have 12 of those available anymore, but we do have a few. Very pretty, very beautiful beads. Very unique. Like we've never seen these before, and I don't know if you're ever going to see them again.
I've seen something similar, but they were not stored in optimal conditions, and so they were damaged.
Yeah. We've just sold a 34. Thank you so much.
Could you try again?
Is that mine?
That must be yours.
Yeah.
All right. And then let's see. Let's do these ones first. Then we have the rounds. And these ones, I think the color was not coming through as well because of the lighting we had. But look at how pretty. Look at these. Such pretty color. This is CER 17, and they're only $5 a strand
For the pink one?
for these ones.
Oh, they're opalescent.
Look at that. Opalescent. Look at the color. $5 a strand, CER 17. And these are 6 millimeter. We were trying to guess before. I think we guessed 6, so I think we were right. 6 millimeter, CER 17. Just a few strands. That was a really popular color. We have just a few of those left. I'm getting a little chilly in here. I should put the heater up. CER 18 are the yellows. Gorgeous and shows better than in your Italian studio, says Marianne, right? Yeah, I know.
We did our best.
We did do our best.
Allowed us to get some more stuff. So.
Yeah, it did. And you all seemed to like them. So thank you for that. Thank you for grabbing them, even with not optimal conditions. These are beautiful, these yellows. And these are 6 millimeter also, only $5 a strand, CER 18. We've sold another 34. Thank you so much. People like that 34. And let's see here. CER. What's this? CER 19. We're going to 19. And this is the blue. These are the opaque ones. But they're like a dual color. They have that center that's a deeper color blue. And then it moves out into the lighter blue. Really beautiful beads. We sold a lot of this color as well. We just have a few of these left. 6 millimeter also on those. CER 19. This is CER 21. 21. And these are these little opalescent whites. Look at those.
Mhm.
We got 2 hanks of these. We had 24 strands originally because we loved them so much.
That's opalite.
Opalite, and these are 5 millimeter. These are smaller. These are a 5 millimeter bead.
Isn't that Taylor Swift song now?
What is?
Maybe it's opalite and onyx.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Brooke says that's a pretty blue. Those blues that is a really pretty blue. Really pretty. These are all really pretty colors. Like, look at these together. Like, it's just such. And as we were pulling together some of these orders, it's really pretty seeing what all you selected. Some of you who already grabbed some stuff. Let's see here. We just sold a 19 as well. Thank you. That's one of the blues. Thank you so much. All right. Now, no, wait, I have one more of that kind. The orange, which I love. Love, love, love the orange. It's a bright, vibrant, it's like these citrus kind of colors.
I really like that orange color.
I do.
I do too, but you're like on fire.
I am on fire for the orange. And you can see how these have the like kind of dual color in there, a little bit more in the center, and then they've got the clearer glass on the outside.
On the YouTube, they're coming across a little bit darker.
Yeah,
Be a bit darker.
a little bit darker on our screen.
But yours may not be.
Yeah. Beautiful. And these go back, I think these are the 6 millimeter. Yeah, these are 6 millimeter. Back up. CER 22, $5 a strand. We've just sold an 18. Thank you so much. That's the yellow. All right, let me move this over because I'm catching the edge. And let me move the comments over, even though the comments aren't working anymore. Okay, now we've done those. Now we get on to these very unique style of beads, which I don't think we've ever seen before. This is CER 29, $7 each. And they're these flattened, bumpily, just very cool looking beads. And this is kind of, I mean, it's a yellow, kind of like a buttercream yellow. And super cool beads. Italian. Let me give you a size on these because I couldn't before. These are about 7.5 millimeters. Thickness wise, they are about 3 millimeters. 7.5 by 3. And they're $7 a strand. Super cool style. And we've got a few of those available. A lot of these we sold. Sorry, we sold a number of these. They were pretty popular because they are such an odd style that you don't see anywhere else. At least we've not seen them before. So let me start putting some of these away. These up. Let's move the 19, move 21 up, 22 up, 29 up. We've just sold a 29. Thank you so much. We've sold a 22 and a 19 as well. Thank you so much. let's see here. Let's move on to another color in this new style. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. I'm on the live. I'm going to start sneezing now.
Well, it doesn't help them.
You are moving things, unearthing and moving things around. CER 30 is this kind of yellow green color. It's kind of a paler yellow. So these are the two. I wanted to show these two together so you can see the two yellows together. They are very different. They are very different. So this one is 29 and this one is 30. All right. And then we have very, very few of this one. So if you want to get it, I think there's only maybe 2 more strands left of this, maybe 3. This is the 27 and it's the blue, which it does go very well with that blue. So if you got a 19, you can mix and match those a little bit. But this is 27. And just a really unique beads. Very cool. I love these a lot. CER 27, only $7 a strand for beads. You'll probably not find. I don't know if you'll find them anywhere else. Maybe, but
Which one?
these ones, these
I
ones,
doubt it.
right?
Because that's the first time I ever saw it.
Yep.
I mean, that's not saying I've seen everything, but
Yeah, we've seen a lot, and we've never seen this design before. And these are Italian. These are Italian. Thank you, Suzanne. So bless you. And 31. This is the last one of the recap we're going to have tonight. This is the green, which, oh, I love the green too. Bright, beautiful green, CER 31. And then we'll probably recap some more for you as we get more of this finished and more of these is Andrew. He's taking these, like I said, he's taking these were in long strands and tied at both ends with like 12 of them all tied together. So he's like unknotting them, retying them. And these are on very old thread. So he's being very careful with it. It takes a while.
well, they also tied them knots like it's never going to get undone.
Uh-huh. All right. We've sold a 29, some more 27s, the blues. Thank you. We might have, let me check the blue because we might have just sold out on the blue. We did just sell out on 27. So 27 is sold out. I'm just going to take that one away. We only had 2 of those now that I look. And the rest of them, we have a few. The green is pretty low too. The green, we only have 3 left. So that's 31. We've just sold 1, so we're down to only 2 of these ones left. So if you like the green, grab that one. It's not going to probably last much longer. CER 31. All right, let me put these away, and then we will move into the new stuff tonight. Mostly a lot of individual beads tonight. Not super expensive. We're trying to take it a little easy on you. And we like to do that every once in a while, right? But some really pretty beads. Really pretty beads. Okay. So that's nice. Nice little recap, right? Worth doing every once in a while, I think. All right.
Especially if people don't get to see it.
Yeah, we want people to see. People to see. I'm going to take a drink because I'm very thirsty. Okay. Alrighty. So we're starting out. RFI is the lot numbers for the new stuff. Return from Italy. RFI 1. Now, these are a little bit expensive, but these are vintage plastic. And these are vintage plastic Italian beads in this beautiful green and light green, dark green combo. They're $3 a bead. And these are about 18 millimeters by 25 millimeters. And that is really the best price we can do on those. They were a little bit more expensive for us. So, and I know some people like vintage plastic, some people don't. That's okay. But I think these are beautiful. You know, I like green. So we have multiple lots available of these. I don't know how many. I didn't get a chance to count them all. We just grabbed a few of each, but we started kind of grabbing them quickly. So I never actually counted how many we got. But we have a few, and RFI 1 is $3 for that. Reminds me of malachite, says Marianne. They kind of do, right? RFI 2 is another one, another vintage plastic, same size, but this time in a pearlescent. Beautiful bead.
She had a whole strand of those, and it looked really opulent.
Yeah, it did. It really did. So that's RFI 2, $3 a bead on those. And then here's one of the deals of the entire night. RFI 3. These are a glass pearl. And we're selling the whole strand of these for $12. There is only one. Jermaine says, you like green until orange comes along, William. I know, I like them both. Green and orange, happy for either one. So these are a slightly blue pearlescent, greenish blue. I don't know, blue or green, blue green. Beautiful glass pearls, only one strand available. These are approximately 11 millimeters, 11 and a half-ish millimeter beads. One strand available, super pretty. If somebody doesn't grab that, I will be highly surprised. Green ones, green on my screen, says Marianne. Yeah, they're kind of a blue-green. I don't know. They do tend to be more green sometimes, but also in other light, I feel like they're more blue. This is another strand of these, slightly smaller beads. These are 10 millimeters, and you get the whole strand for $10. Whole strand for $10 on that. RFI 4. Aren't those pretty? Glass pearls from Italy. Vintage. Yes, these are vintage. 13 has sold, so I'm going to take that away. Thank you so much. I'm not 13, 3. 3 has sold. I'm going to take that away. I feel like we're on 13 because we just did all of the other ones. So we still have 4 available. Oh, 4 has just sold. Thank you so much. No longer available. Those two very good deals of the night. Very good deals. Let's see here. Somebody else just tried to grab 4. Sorry, sold out. 5. Now these are check, right?
Yeah,
These are
but they were in. We picked them out of the stuff in Italy.
Yeah, they had them in there, but they are check by way of Italy.
They got a little detour.
They got a detour, yeah.
They're little clamshells.
Little shells drilled this way, top to bottom.
I thought those were so cute. I couldn't resist.
And so $2 for the whole lot of 3. $2 for the 3 of them. RFI 5. Told you we're trying to do low dollar, good deals for you tonight. RFI 5. Whoops, somebody else just tried to grab 4 again. Sorry, 4 is sold out. That was a good deal, though. Good trying. RFI 6. $8 for this beautiful matte gold foil bead. And it is actually drilled this way, top to bottom. It's not lengthwise. You'd think it'd be lengthwise. I thought it was lengthwise. It's not. It's widthwise. So drilled this way, top to bottom, or it could hang this way. If you take it through the center like that. 1 bead, 1 of those available. Love this bead a lot. $8 on that one. The gold foil bead. Jermaine says, are they glass or plastic? Everything except these 2 are glass. So I think everything coming up past this point is glass or ceramic. But these are the only plastics tonight. And let's see here. Oops. Let's see. 5 is sold out multiple times, and 6 has sold out. Thank you so much. I need to flip to one screen to see the comments. I got to flip to the other screen to see the email. So it's delayed a little bit here. All right. Marianne's going to go watch on TV. All right. Thank you for hanging out with us, Marianne. Keeping the conversation going. We appreciate that. All right. RFI 7, $3 is this glass bead, Italian made. I think this is such a cool, it looks old and kind of looks a little bit ancient, right? But just a cool glass bead, only $3. And it is approximately 17 by 12.5 millimeters. And RFI 8 coming up. RFI 8 is this tube with the gold stone. Really, really pretty. Their gold stone work is so nice. I keep saying that.
They meant it.
Right? It's just so sparkly. And so beautiful tube bead. This bead is approximately 12 millimeters by 45 millimeters. 1 of those available. And RFI 9 coming up. Anne says, I like those loose beads from yesterday and today. They are unique and pretty. Right? Thanks. We tried to grab some nice ones for you. RFI 9, only $4. Beautiful. It's got some sparkle in there. It's got a red swirl going on. Got some of that gold stone happening. Beautiful little bead, glass bead. Kind of round, a little roundish. About 13 by 14 millimeters. 1 of those available. RFI 9. Oh, we've just sold 8 multiple times. Thank you so much. I'll put that one away so y'all know it's gone. And 9 is available. RFI 10 coming up is This green, beautiful green bead in glass, Venetian glass. It's got some of the gold in there with the green. Super pretty. And this is around coming in about 13.5 millimeters by about 13. One of those available. RFI 11 is very similar to the green one I just showed you, but this time in an amber color. We've just sold 10. Thank you so much. 10 is sold out. This is RFI 11. And just so you can see, they're very similar, just different colors. This is kind of an amber yellow, very similar in size. RFI 11. I'm going to put 10 away since it has sold. Somebody else just tried to grab 10. Sorry, it is sold. Somebody else just tried to grab 10. Sorry. RFI 12. Oh, one of my favorites. One of my favorites. It wasn't until we were looking at this one again that we realized how pretty this one is. RFI 12. Look at that. I believe there's a silver foil in there in the core that's making a lot of that color happen or that shine happen. But it's such a rich kind of berry color in there. This is only $4 as well. Beautiful bead in that kind of matte glass, about 12.5 millimeters, RFI 12. And we've just sold 12. Thank you so much. We just sold 12 again. Sorry, it's already gone. It's going fast. Those ones are going fast. 11 is still available. 9 is still available. I'm surprised. This is one of my favorites too. This red one. Love that, especially if you're going for Christmas or Valentine's. RFI 9, $4. Oh, somebody just tried to grab 12 again. Somebody just tried to grab 12 again. Like that one. That was a pretty one. All right, this one's super dang cute. RFI 13 is this little frog face. That's what I'm calling it anyway. Super dang cute. Little charm, all in glass. And that is RFI 13. It is only $5. We've just sold 9, so I'm going to put 9 away. Thank you, thank you. There's a separate paper there. Put that in order over here. Let's move 11 up here. 11 is this one. Let's recap. We got 7. We have 2. This is the pearlescent vintage plastic and the green vintage plastic. RFI 13 is this cute little friend here. And let's see here. Make sure, see if I'm missing any comments. Looks like we're good. I'm trying to keep my eye on the email for y'all. All right. Next up, really good deal on these. RFI 14 is this set of 3. You get all 3 of these. Black and white striped kind of zebra beads for $4.50. All 3 of them, $4.50. RFI 14. And these are about 12 millimeter, give or take. 12.6, 12.2, 12.1. You get all 3 of them, $4.50. RFI 15. RFI 15 is this beautiful little bead with the gold foil, with the clear glass and gold foil. $4 only. And this one is about 14.7 millimeters. Thickness wise, it's about 10. One of those available. $4. We have sold 14 multiple times. Thank you so much. Put that one away. Move this over. Nobody wants the frog friend. So I thought that was so charming. Okay. Now, we have these two little beads. They're similar to each other in color, but we made this like a little pair or a little set, and you get this drop, and then you get this little rondelle. The rondelle is a little bit more pink. It has more of the pink in it than like the pink from the middle parts of this. But it's a cute little pair, cute little set. $4 only. RFI 16. $4 for both beads. And the rondelle is 11 millimeters. And you have 12 millimeters by 20 on the drop. All right. 13 has just sold. That's a little friend. Thank you so much. Somebody enjoyed that one too. Appreciate that. Let's move these over. All right. Getting into some really not expensive ones. $1.50. $1.50 for this. So I like this one because it's kind of this matte icy look, but it's this kind of swirl of almost like a red, white, and blue, red, clear, and blue. Really cool bead. $1.50 only. And it is about 10 millimeters by 12. $1.50. Let's see here. Okay, got that one. All right. Oh, boy, 3 people just tried to grab that little head again. Sorry, everybody. Just sold out. Isn't that weird? Sometimes I show it again, or I don't know. People just always try and grab it at the same time. Just got 3 requests for that little guy. $1.50 on this one. This is this little mini chevron. Really pretty, that cobalt blue with the yellow. $1.50 for that. And 8 millimeters by 9.5. Little mini chevron. $1.50 only. All right. Let's see here. Let me put some of these away so that I can make some room. I'm going to put the vintage plastic ones away. Here. And also this one, vintage plastic. You just sold 18. Thank you so much. I'm going to take that away so we don't, so everybody knows. I have all of these little beads in these large bags because I ran out of small bags. Somebody just tried to grab 18 again. Sorry, it has sold out. All right, 7 is still available. That's this one. Let me check comments, make sure I'm not missing any questions. No, we're all good. Nobody's commenting right now. Just watching intently, right? This is 7. That kind of bead that looks old and looks like an old African bead. Of course, they were from Venice. That's where the African beads came from originally, right? So that one is still available, but I'm going to put it away to make room. Let's see, 11 just sold. Thank you so much. Just as I was getting to that one, beautiful beads. So that one just sold out. Thank you, thank you. And I'm going to leave these ones up here. So 15 is still available. It's a really pretty gold foil, kind of lentil shape. 16 is this little set. And 17 is this kind of red, clear, and blue bead. All right. What's next? 19. 19 is next. 19 are buttons. These are shell buttons. And I have 5 lots of these. We're doing a lot of 10, I believe we did here. Yeah, 10 shell buttons from Italy. They're 4-hole natural shell buttons. You can see the shell on one side and the blingy part on the other. They vary a little bit in size and thickness because they are natural shell. But we've priced them at 50 cents a button. And I think that's a really good deal. They are natural shell. And just to give you an idea, they are about 15 millimeters. About 15 millimeters. And you get 10 of them for $5 only. There are only 5 lots of those. That's all we were able to get. RFI 19. All right. Let's see here. RFI. Oh, we've sold one of the 19s already. Thank you so much. I had a feeling these would sell. I don't know if they'll sell out or not. We'll see, but I had a feeling we'd sell a number of those. They're really pretty. Okay, the next few lots are truly lots. Andrew put together some lots of their vintage Italian ceramic cabs. All right. So the first grouping, they're only $6 for the whole lot. RFI 20 are these ceramic cabs. And I'll show you like the backs. They're flat backs. And so you get all of these for $6. Vintage Italian ceramic cabs, $6. This is the yellow grouping, RFI 20. And then we have RFI 21. Are these beautiful kind of tealy blue ones. So that's RFI 21. You get all of those for $6. vintage ceramic Italian cabochons, flat back. So, you could glue a bell to them if you wanted to make little charms out of them or little pendants, depending on the size. And I mean, you all know you can do lots of stuff with those. We've just sold 21. So just as I put it down, I'm going to take it back. 21 is sold. Thank you. Thank you. 20, however, is still available. Those yellows. Don't like the yellow? That's right. We've got other colors for you. RFI 22. RFI 22 is a set that's reds, whites, and pinks. RFI 22. And you get those $6 for the whole lot. If you have any questions about any of these, let me know. If you look questions on sizing or anything like that. Here, this might help. There's a penny. There's our penny. I forgot to put the penny down. How did I do that? Oh, tried to sell 21 again. Boy, that one was popular. Sorry, we are sold out. We are sold out. 23. Oh, we just sold 22. So let me put 22 away in just a moment. I'm going to show you 23 though. 23, and this is going to be the last one of these. It's all the ceramic calves we could get. This is 23 in the darker blues. And you get the whole lot of them for $6. 23. So 20 is still available, the yellows, and 23, these darker blues have not sold quite yet, but I have a feeling they're not going to last. So let me pick this one back up. 22 is sold. No takers on the yellows. Really? Yellow and gold? Nobody wants them? All right. It's okay. Okay. RFI 24. We're going to go back to some individual one, but this is a cab. RFI 24 is this beautiful glass cab, Italian glass. One of those available. $3. Look how pretty. I love how on the outside, the black, it kind of looks old. And you have that beautiful color. RFI 24, $3. RFI 25. Another cab, multicolor cab. $3. That gold stone in there. Oh, let me give you the size of these because I know cabs sometimes like this. You want to know size. 13.5 by 20.3. And this one is approximately 13.7 by 18.5 millimeters. And those are glass, whereas these were ceramic. We still have RFI 23 available, RFI 20. We still have 15. We start putting some of these away, make a little bit more room. We only have a few more lots to go. This is $15, $4 only, still available. $16 is this little set with the rondelle and the drop. And that's $4 only. Italian glass. And 17 is this little nuggety bead. That is $1.50. $19 are the shell buttons, the Italian shell buttons. $5 for 10 buttons. 4 lots still available of those. All right, and then we're going to move these up. This is 20 for these ceramic cabochons. $23 for the blue. Can't believe the blue hasn't sold. That's strange. And then 24 for the glass cab. 25 for the other glass cab. And let's see, what do we got for 26? 26. We have these beautiful blown glass hearts. And they're $2 each. Hollow blown glass hearts, $2 each. We've got 4 of them available. Venetian glass, RFI 26. Blown glass hearts, 4 of them available, only $2. This, we have a whole set, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 rounds for $10. Look at those. Beautiful glass beads. And those are approximately 13.5 millimeters. We've just sold one of the 26s. Thank you so much. There are still 3 available. We've just sold 2 more of the 26s, so there's just 1 left of the 26s. Just 1 left. 27 is still available. Oh, no, it's not. 27 has just sold. Thank you so much. And let's see here, 28. These are vintage, I think, antique. RFI 28. Antique, you get $20 for the pair of these. These are much older. The Millefiori Venetian beads. And these are approximately 17, we'll say 17 by about 8.5. We looked up some of these online, and some of these go for like $36 or $40 just per bead. We've seen them as high as that. We're doing the pair of them for $20. Pair of those for $20. RFI 28. And the last one tonight, which is odd because we're ending on 29, but that's what we've got, y'all. Sometimes, we bring back what we bring back. Are these beautiful pink glass with the gold stone, kind of lentil beads. You get 5 of them for $10, only $2 a bead. And let me check the comments here, make sure I'm not missing anybody's comments. Nope, that's good. And it's RFI 29, $10 for all 5 beads. And these are approximately 19.7 millimeters. Yeah, by 19.4. And then thickness wise, they're about 9.7. We've just sold 28. Thank you so much. Sold out. All right. So pretty. So we've still got one of 26, if my count is correct. So one of the hearts is left for $2 only. We have RFI 29, $10 for all 5 of those. Oh, somebody tried to grab 2 of 29. They're not $10 each. They're $10 for all 5. So that one has sold out. Thank you so much. So you got a better deal than you thought, right? We've only got one lot of those, and it's $10 for all 5. So that, our friends, is it for tonight. If you saw something you liked, please send us an email. If you have any questions on anything, please feel free to ask. We are happy to answer questions as we can. And again, if you missed the CER lots that we gave you a preview of at the beginning of this, or we gave you a recap of at the beginning of this show, you can go back to the Certaldo video and you can watch the rest of that. There are still more things to come. So if we didn't show them to you today, it does not mean that they're not available. They very well could be available. So if you missed that episode, please go back and rewatch. I know the lighting wasn't great, but there's some really pretty beads and strands of beads that are still available that we just have not gotten sorted yet. So feel free to send us any of those CER numbers as well, and we will check stock and see if we have them available for you. All right. Jermaine says, that was me. I'm missing some info going between Facebook and email. Yes, better deal, right? Absolutely. Suzanne says, good night, everyone. You too, Suzanne. Thank you so much. Thank you all, everybody, for watching. We will probably have a show tomorrow night. I don't think my pottery class is meeting because it's just before Thanksgiving. I have to actually check with my teacher on that to make sure that nothing changed while we were away. But I think everyone had decided that because it was the day before Thanksgiving, we're not going to have our class. So we'll probably have another live tomorrow evening. And then, of course, we will not probably have our live on Thanksgiving Day. We might jump on to say hi to everybody. We'll see. Just kind of wish you all a good day and check in on everybody. But we'll be busy preparing to have some friends and family over. So thank you all so much. And we'll see you back here tomorrow with, I don't know what else. I don't know what we're going to have tomorrow, but we'll have some good stuff for you tomorrow too. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking a look at what we brought back from Italy. We could not get as much as we wanted to. You can never get as much as you want to, right? But we hope that you've liked this selection. And like I said, if you missed anything from the Certaldo show, the CER numbers, please go back and take a look at that again. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye, everyone.